Jai Shri Krishna and welcome to this very important podcast of Hindu Media Wiki. You must have heard this term like Dvait, Advait, Vishishtadvaita, Shuddhadvaita, and maybe any other XYZ Dvait. So, uh, in many of the discussion and question, people are not aware about these terms and they are not able to participate efficiently. Another question which they have are this some communities driven by a particular group of people, just like we have Swami Valmiki Samaj or Swami Narayan, something like that, or they are just school of thoughts. What is the difference between them, and whether people following them do or perform something in different manner? Also, do we have some texts from Ved and Puran which divide them? So today we will look at these four questions. The first question here is you have heard this term Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, etc. But you are not sure what do they refer to. So I will tell you the Hindu philosophy or the philosophy in Hinduism are made of six different school of thoughts. They are known as a Shad or six darshan. The six darshan are Samakhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaishishka, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. So, among these six schools, Vedanta is very much popular and has its roots in Ved and Upanishad that are our scriptures of Hinduism. This Vedanta has different sub schools. Uh, from where this sub school comes? So you can see there are so many sub schools like Bheda Veda, Advaita Vedanta, Neo Vedanta, Dvaita Vedanta, Vishishtadvaita, or Shuddhadvaita, or something like this. From where these communities or this school of thoughts came from? So, basically, there were founders of this school of thoughts of Vedanta. You can see the founders in the screen now for each of the school of thought. This followers of the respected school or acharyas propagated this philosophy. Next question is, what is the difference between them, or like whether people following them do or perform something in different manner, or they have different worldview. Okay, to look at this difference among them, the best way to understand them is to think the relationship between three elements, which is first Brahma, second Atma, and third world or universe or Jagat. So now we will use these three terms to explain the relationship and the difference between these schools of thought. First, first is Advait. Okay, so according to Advait, there is one and only one absolute and ultimate truth, that is Brahma. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, which means only Brahma is real and universe is unreal. Universe is appeared or realized due to the ignorance, agnan or avidya. It is unreal and just like dream. So after attaining the gnan and satya, this universe or the world doesn't exist anymore. Another important philosophy of the Advaita school of thought is Jivo Brahmev Napar, which means ultimately there is a no difference between Jiv and Brahma. The individuality of soul is also due to the ignorance, and after attaining Gnan, the non duality of Atma and Brahma is realized. I mean, when person realized that Atma and Brahma are not two different things, but they are the same thing. So you now get the relationship between the Brahma, Atma, and the world or this material world or universe in terms of Advaita full school of thought. Now we'll look at the another philosophy which is called Vishishtadvaita. According to this school of thought, Brahma is supreme and inner soul of universe as well as Jivatma, means body. Universe and Jivatma have body soul relationship with Brahma. Jivatma and universe is the body and essential part of Brahma. Also, Vishishtadvaita says that universe is not unreal. It is transformation of Brahma and Brahma dwells inside it. So Jivatma means individual soul, and Brahma are different, and Brahma dwells inside Jivatma. Now, it is known as a qualified non-dualism, means Vishishtadvaita, because it asserts the non-duality of Jivatma and Brahma in a qualified way. Qualified way means Jivatma and Paramatma or Brahma doesn't exist differently. Paramatma always stay inside Jivatma. Both can't exist separately, but Jivatma and Paramatma are different. I mean, soul and Brahma are two different things. The next one is called Shuddhadvaita or Shuddha non-duality. So, according to Shuddhadvaita, Brahma without Maya. Maya means it is a metaphor for this material world. So, Brahma without Maya is the cause for the universe. Maya is not unreal, but it is a Shakti of Brahma, apparent manifestation or Dvait Prapanch is not due to Maya or unreal, but it is the wish of Brahma instead. So let's look at this thing from our earlier metaphor. So this universe or world and sansar are two different things. So here the new concept is introduced, which is a sansara. Um, Jagat is manifestation of Brahma and is real, but the sansara, this material relationship, is due to ignorance of real nature and is unreal. The another point is Jiva or soul is not different from Brahma, but it is a portion or part of Brahma. The relationship between Brahma and Jiva is like fire and spark. Jiva and world emanate from Brahma and conceal or absorbs in Brahma. Jiva is not Brahma as it is in later condition. It is a separate from Brahma. But it is not different from Brahma as well. It's a portion of Brahma. So Shuddha Advaita emphasis on bhakti and the path is called Prushti Marg. Another philosophy is Dvait. So it is very easy to understand. According to Dvait, universe and Jiv are separate from Brahma. And all these three things like Jiv, I mean soul, universe and Brahma are real and different from each other. Brahma is a creator, foster, destroyer, governor and controller of the universe. Jiv and Brahma is completely different and eternal. So the next one is Dvaitadvaita. So according to Dvaitadvaita, Brahma is the highest reality and nothing is superior to Brahma. Brahma is material and efficient cause of universe. Jiva and Brahma can be considered different as well as non-different. So Jiva and world are part of Brahma. Brahma transforms into Chit and Achit world and also remain in his true nature or Nirvakar. Thus, universe and Jiva are Karya of Brahma. They are different as well as identical. So, Dvaita Advaita also emphasize on bhakti, but it also emphasizes on gnana. The last one is Achintya Bheda Bheda. So it is very similar to Dvait to Dvait. So Achintya Bheda Bheda refers to inconceivable oneness and difference. So it's like Bhed means difference and oneness means Abhed. So the nature of relationship between Jiva and Brahma is unconceivable to human mind. We are not able to differentiate the duality or non-duality between Jiva and Brahma. So, according to it, Brahma is simultaneously one with and different from his creation. Uh, so, Brahma is separate from his creation. Simultaneously, it is never separated from Brahma. So, it is explained something like, as the spider sends froth and draws in its thread, as plants grow on the earth, as hair grows on the head and the body of the living man, so does everything in the universe arise from imperishable. The relationship between Brahma and Jivatma is like sun and sunshine, Qualitatively, sun and the sunshine are not two different things, but as quantities, they are very different. Similarly, Jivatma and Brahma are of similar quality, but there is a vast difference in quantity. So, the founder of this philosophy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, emphasized on bhakti to Krishna, and attaining the devotion of Krishna leads to moksha according to it. I know it is little bit confusing, but as you read more about it for the results which is given in description, you will come to know about the more ideas of this different school of philosophies. So now the last question is, do we have some texts like Veds or Purans which divide them? Okay, so there is no particular text which divide them. In fact, the school divide themselves based upon the interpretation of Vedantic text. So uh, there are three basic texts. They are known as a Prasthanatrayi of Vedanta. So there are first is a Mukhya Upanishad. There are 10 Upanishad. Second is a Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Third is a Brahma Sutra. So this the interpretation of these three types of text leads to these different kinds of school of thoughts and philosophies, and their founders and their propagators have analyzed this text and interpreted the text based on them. They have come to the conclusion of this different school of thoughts. So the acharyas that we have mentioned above wrote commentaries on this Prasthanatrayi to explain, establish, and promote these respected philosophies. So here the Brahma Sutra is considered very important because it summarizes and systematizes the philosophical and spiritual ideas in Upanishad. I hope this podcast will be very useful to you as a basic resource to start understanding the difference between different school of Vedanta. As you will read more, you will get the perfect idea of the differences and similarities between them. So thank you for listening, and we will meet you soon in next podcast.